All right, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? It is Saturday. Happy Sabbath to you all. I came to share something that I um, came across while messing with some things last night, and I wanted to share it because it was good. It is a word of wisdom that I saved from a while ago. I'm always finding something I like and holding on to it. But I wanted to share it because I think it is a good word of wisdom. And then I also found another item that I would like to talk about because I think it gives us something to think about. And so I just want to share it and then, you know, see where it lands, see where, it misses. But let's talk, okay? So I'm going to read it. It's called Words of Wisdom Attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude in life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. This is by Charles Swindoll. Okay. Charles Swindoll. I thought that was beautiful, right? Because the message I wanted to give actually came from just an experience that I had over these past few weeks at work. And what I was going to say, what I might still say, wasn't wrapped up this nicely, right? This pretty much covered everything. It covered company, it covered education, it covered home, it covered church. Hallelujah. Uh, but it covered everything. And I think that's something that we need to keep at the forefront sometimes, or that even if we don't keep it in the forefront, maybe it's something that we can, you know, dig deep and remember at times, right? It's not necessarily what happens to us. It's not our education, which does matter. It's not our education. It's not anything outside of us. It's what's within us, right? And our attitude is something that's within us. How we perceive the world, how we go about things, how we respond to temptations, how we respond to attacks, how we respond to just struggle, how we respond or how we view, how we perceive, how we react to all of the things that come to test us. Some come in an attempt to break us. Some come in an attempt to keep us bound to our past. And if you listen to certain people, you know, they will sandwich their prophecies or their words with words or things trying to keep you bound to your past, but they will sandwich it with good things or word is beyond me right now. But you'll see a lot of people do that. I've seen this one woman do it kind of consistently, and it makes me question really her intent, because when you come into Christ, you are not bound to your past. So what the people that you have let go are doing, you're not attached to, because you have let that go. And so their thoughts or their mindsets of why they did a thing don't hold weight, because again, you have come into Christ, which when you come into Christ, Jesus Christ, you are a new creature, and you're not held or bound to your past events. A lot of people who are trying to get you bound or held down or wrapped up in a mindset that they want you to be stuck in, you'll listen to them and realize that's what they're doing. Or you'll listen to people and you can tell that they mess with divination because they start using words like channeled or taking advice from the dead. And the way they present it makes sense, but it's what's the heart of it? What's the intent of it? Because why are you so wrapped up in using language that has everything to do with divination, yet you're claiming that you're a servant of Jesus Christ? And I had to speak on that because I don't think, and this is not talking to the people that I know for a fact are into divination, because there are some people that are into divination. This ain't to y'all, okay? Y'all know where y'all stand, and that's y'all business. If y'all want to fully converge over to Jesus Christ instead of, just sprinkling his name and things, it's okay. But, you can do that. It's some people that have been genuinely doing that. It's some people who have been doing so, but it's in a guise, and they're still secretly serving Satan. And that's visible when you make sure you stay prayed up concerning discernment. So outside of that little tangent, attitude, right? How we look at things, 90% is how I react to it, how you react to it. And that's very, very important. I'm going to give you an example of the week that I've had in an environment that I am finding tickling, honestly. They don't know it, but I'm amused. I'm flattered, honestly, for multiple reasons. So this week, past 2 weeks, honestly, I have just been surrounded by people who are desperate for attention. And what do I mean by that? How can that help someone who might be going through the same thing or not? When I say people are desperate for attention, I mean people will do a lot, and try to wrap it up as all types of things. But let me give you the situation, and then you can go from there. So I've been in environments where people, of course, might have had access to my life, which is outside of my control at this current point, right? Can't control that. I'm just flowing with it because that's where God has me, okay? So people might have access to my life, and they really believe in the core of them, like in the heart of them, they genuinely believe that bringing up my past or bringing up things in an indirect way, which I really think is cowardice. I really view that as cowardice, but that's me, and my mindset is my mindset. I think that's cowardice. I believe if there is something that you need a person to know, or you want a person to know, you can just directly tell them, and they should be okay with it without you having to go the whole indirect route. But that's just me. That's how I operate. I can't speak for other people, but that's how I operate. So when people come at me in indirect ways trying to be funny, especially if I've opened the door already for them to hopefully feel comfortable with just coming directly to me, which a lot of people are not for whatever odd reason, but that's their business. Just got to keep praying for them to find the courage to do so, I guess. But they will do all of these things, say all of these things, and the whole time they are literally looking for a reaction. They want to feel so important to me that how they view me is higher than how I view myself. And to me, that's comedy. It's really comedy, because how and why are you going out of your way to try to make someone else feel how you want them to feel, and you're not realizing that you are expounding excessive energy that you could be using for yourself? How you view me doesn't impact me in the way that you are seeking it to. It doesn't. And so I realize when people do little things like that, it is because they desperately want to feel important in my life, in your life, whoever may be experiencing this situation. They desperately want to feel important. They want attention. And at the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror and give yourself that same energy that you expel so much of trying to make someone else feel bad or insecure, which is when you heal, when you spiritually mature, right? Because a lot of people will try and use their age or their education as maturity. But maturity is not, I have to dim your light to feel good about myself. That's not maturity. Maturity is, I'm comfortable in who I am and what I do and why I do it and how I do it. So much so that someone else doing whatever they're doing in the manner that they're doing it does not cause me to feel like I have to dim their light. Okay? That's not maturity. But we live in a world, right, where people, I think, build their foundation sometimes in a funny way. And so, of course, when it comes to their security within themselves and how they show up in the world, how they show up in response to others, it's a little shaky. And of course, if your foundation is built in a way where it's not fully stable, that makes sense. And so one thing I love about talking to God or having these moments where the Holy Spirit is just speaking to me or showing me things or revealing to me different things, right, is he just always has things pop out to me, and I just kind of smile and laugh, and I'm just so grateful, right? So I'm going to show you something else that I found while messing with some things, okay? So this is hierarchy of needs, okay? It's a hierarchy of needs. I want to zoom in, and I know it's backwards, but just work with me, okay? So the bottom right here, the foundation, it says physiological needs: hunger, pain, thirst, okay? And we've talked about thirst in a spiritual context as far as like thirsting after Christ, you know, but we'll carry on. So the basic foundation is hunger, pain, and thirst, okay? Hunger, pain, and thirst, basic foundation, okay? The next block on the foundation is safety needs. Safety needs. And it includes physical, psychological, I'm okay, I'm accepted, security, right? Foundation. So I'm gonna just go through all of them, then I'll go back. Okay. Then we have belongingness needs. Significant role. Now, mind you, this is the sandwich block. This is the one in the middle of the foundation, okay? It says significant role. I have a place in the group, respect by others. I'm wanted, I'm liked, love, affection. This is one of the bigger blocks, right? It's a little bit thicker than the other ones, but it's in the middle. It's not the foundation. It's in the middle. All right, so then we have esteem needs, competence, confidence, respect from others, status, worth, adequacy. Okay, this is also, again, going higher up. This is not the foundation. We then have creative, independent, appreciative, spontaneous, accepting, and then the pyramid topper, the cake topper, is self-actualization. Okay, so you have to go through all of these things. Physiological needs, safety needs. Oh, I'm trying to read backwards. Come on, Lord. What's that? Hold on. Belongingness needs, esteem needs, creative, independent, and then self-actualization is at the top. So why did this stand out to me? Why did I get tickled by this, right? If we look at the world today, right? If we look at the world today, a lot of people are stuck standing on these two blocks. They're stuck standing on these two blocks when these are in the middle and the foundation is wobbly, which you'll find people struggling to stand firm and stand confident, which is up here somewhere, in who they are, because they're stuck standing on these two and they're not the base. They are not the base. That just was like, woo. It was really like, woo. So many people right now, because of social media, right? We are so stuck in the belongingness and then in the esteem part that safety and physiological needs are not at the foundation. They're not at the foundation. So many people, because of social media, their little block, this ain't a block, their triangle, their pyramid is wobbly and is struggling to have a firm foundation, which is why it's sliding, which is why it's sandy. You know, the pyramids over there with the sand and stuff. It's wobbly and it's sand. It's constantly shifting and moving, trying to find a base, because so many people are focused on belonging and esteem before they truly even acknowledge safety and physiological needs. We are thirsting after these two things instead of making sure that we have fulfilled the hunger and the pain. We're hungering and thirsting after esteem and belongingness more so than we're filling ourselves first, then making sure that we are secure in safety, physical and psychological. I'm okay. I'm accepted. Security. Do you know this safety needs where it talks about I'm okay, I'm accepted? This comes before belongingness, which implies you need to be okay and accept yourself first before you even get to your belongingness. But so many of us, so many people, I'm saying us to be, it don't even matter. So many people, right, are focused on belongingness and esteem. That's how so many people are stuck in this group mindset, right? We're stuck in this group mindset because I have a place in the group. But you haven't even came down here to safety where you have securely accepted yourself before you desire a place in the group. This is why you are unstable. You are unstable in all your ways. You unstable. You are unstable because you have not accepted yourself. You are thirsting so much after belongingness and esteem that you didn't thirst and hunger after Christ. You didn't accept the pain of doing the work for your base, for self. You did not secure yourself, within your thirst for Christ. You didn't secure yourself thirsting after Christ because you are more focused on belonging in a group. You are more focused on having a significant role in a group and being respected by others before you came down here and secured yourself. You didn't secure yourself. You didn't thirst after Christ. You were thirsting after worldliness. And worldliness tells you to skip this whole safety block and jump to belongingness. Because when you're worldly, right, you need to belong in a group. You need to feel like you're respected by your peers to show up in the world and have some type of authority or leadership. You skip safety. You might have hit this one, but you hit it thirsting after the worldly things. So it might be a block down here that's securing you, but you missed the whole safety and securing. Who are you? Who are you? Are you safe within your own self, within your own mind? Can you safely look in the mirror and say, I love who I'm looking at? I love this person. Regardless if the world hates me, I love who I'm looking at in the mirror. But so many people are stuck on belongingness and esteem. That if they don't belong, right? If they don't fit in a group, if they don't have a social circle that accepts them, that loves them, that supports them, their whole pyramid is crumbling. So many people do not know how to be secure within themselves, within their faith, within their own identity before we run and jump into this. I need to be in the group. I need to be significant to someone else outside of myself and God. I have to be in this group for me to feel like I got a firm foundation, even though you skip this whole entire block in your foundation. You're not secure in who you are. You're secure in belonging. You're secure in feeling like your status and your worth makes you adequate. And you're not even safe to yourself, let alone other people. That's why it's easy for you to attack other people because you don't have security in yourself. So when you see someone else who's safe within themselves, who has security in who they are, who is confident, who's done the work, and they are self-actualizing and they're confident and secure in who they are. They're okay. They're content. As the word talks about, they're okay with that. That because you skip your safety block and you're stuck on the belongingness. You're stuck in, oh, I belong here. So if I'm in this group, I get to go to this meeting. Are you going to be there? And the whole time the person is thinking, baby, if you at the meeting, I know it ain't a place for me to be in the first place because you there. I don't want to go. You did not do the work. And it's crazy because some of y'all took psychology. This little pyramid, I'm sure, is somewhere in the hierarchy of needs. It gotta be. This is in psychology. Are you studying to show yourself approved? You said you're taking the psychology classes. You ain't even tapped into your own mindset yet. You're not safe and secure in yourself. Because if you strip yourself away from the group, you are lost. And that's why it's easy for you to attack a person or people who are secure and content and confident solo. And that's why when it comes back to the word of wisdom, concerning attitude, yours is more so like a 50-50 or 60-40. The 60 being, I am convinced that life is what happens to me. You are 60% concerned about what happens to you and 40% concerned about how you react to it. Life is going to throw us punches. It's going to throw us blows. Okay, that situation happened. So what? Did it break you? And if it broke you, if it did break you, right? Because some things do impact us to where we feel broken and where we have to start over, right? Even if it did break you, can you sit in it briefly? Even if you need to sit in it for a moment because it was heavy for you, right? What is your attitude and reaction to it? Can you praise your way out of that thing? Can you sit in the mud and say, yes, God, I'm dirty, I'm wet, but I'm going to praise you anyway in the mud? A lot of people don't have that mindset because they did not secure their safety block. You are not okay with who you are, which is why you spend so much time trying to manipulate and mold someone else who don't need your molding because they've done the work. There is nothing wrong with being in a group, with being in a community. But if you're stepping into it on the pretense that I need to move and shake based on their acceptance of me before you actually move and shake and figure out who you are, baby, you lost in the group. You lost in the sauce of the group. Because you don't know who you are as an individual to know if you even truly fit in that group. Come on, somebody. You don't even know who you are to know that if this is even the proper group for you. You're just there because, oh, we talking about the same thing, so we must go together. What? You could be talking about the same thing, but operating from a different spirit, and you still don't go together. I look at it every day. I be watching all types of videos. Why? Because I genuinely believe when you complete doing your work, let me state that, when you complete doing your work and you know who you are, you have done the work to satisfy your physiological needs and your safety needs. When you hit those two blocks first and they are firm, you are standing on a firm foundation. You are standing on a solid rock, a solid base. Then you go to see if you fit in these groups that you want to have. That's fine. But if you did not do the work for your foundation and you're throwing yourself out saying, oh, I need to fit in this group, I need to fit in that group, when you get hit, because life hits, there are ebbs, there are flows, there are pits, there are hurdles, there are valleys. Life smacks the crap out of you. And if you're dealing with somebody who is stuck in their belongingness or their esteem and they skip the foundation, they gonna hit the hardest because their identity is wrapped in their identity is wrapped in I have to secure my image because their soul ain't. Woo! They have to secure their image because their soul is not secure. Their soul not secure. Their spirit is not secure because they thirsted after worldliness. They thirsted after accepted. That's what their foundation is built on. So their spirit is going to move and flow with, if the world accepts me, then I'm good here, I'm good there. If this group that I have sold my soul to tells me, okay, boom, your character for this moment that we need to project onto the masses is, I need you to cry about your pay. You need to start crying about your pay. Even though you signed this contract and you accepted this role, you accepted this movie role, I need you to now cry about your pay. Because when you signed the contract, that wasn't in there, right? We get a job, we all have to do it. You know, sometimes some jobs, they'll say, you're going to make this amount of money. And then you get there and they want to say, nah, this what we're giving you. That happens, right? That happens in life. But when you sell your soul, and it's been sold for years now, years gone, like you signed in blood, or you killed a soul to secure your soul, baby, that's a shaky foundation. You gotta jump, shake, move, shift. How they tell you to shift, jump, and shake. Y'all, Revelations talks about a period of blasphemy, which I believe is 1,260 days. And that number is in the Bible quite a few times now, isn't it? Why do you think these people are blaspheming so hard? They belong in this group. Who told them this is your role right now? And to me, the group seems kind of beastie, but that's just me. I don't know. But when you do your foundation work, right? Because we're talking about attitude, we're talking about foundation, we're talking about belonging. Like, people are focused so much on their belonging or their esteem. I have to be accepted. What are some of you going to do when you do have to separate from the group that for so long you have built your foundation on? When you fall from the blocks that were in the middle and you didn't build your foundation on a solid rock, but you built it on mulch, it might be a safe landing. You're gonna get some scratches and stuff when you hit that mulch. But if you were to build yourself on something outside of mulch, because you can fall into mulch, but a solid rock, a solid foundation, when you fall, it's gonna hurt, but it's firm. It's firm, meaning even when you hit the bottom of that rock, the bottom of that foundation, it's going to hurt, but you're going to be able to stand up instantly. If you build your foundation on sand or a rock, you're going to have to roll around a little bit before you can firmly stand back up. If you build your foundation on sand, you got to add water and let it dry and do all this extra stuff just to get it firm for you to be able to stand without sinking with each step. On sand, it's not solid. It shifts based on the weight of your impact when you take a step. It's not solid. You got to add water. You got to do this. You got to do that to get it to be compact enough where you can stand firmly. But when you do the work and you focus on, hunger, pain, thirst, and being safe and secure with who you are, before you go trying to throw yourself into this group or feeling like you have security in your social groups. And there's nothing wrong with your groups. There's nothing wrong with community. We need community. But if you are just picking communities because, oh, we're talking about the same thing, oh, we're doing the same thing, oh, we agree on this, oh yeah, I need to stay and link up with her. We've been doing this for so long and we have the same view of it. Yeah, we're maturing this. Whole time, if something comes that rattles you, the immaturity shows real quick. Real quick. Real quick. But that was my little reflection on these words of wisdom. And you know, the beauty of it is, the beauty of wisdom, right? The beauty of wisdom. Wisdom is not necessarily always from personal experience. That's not what wisdom is. I can read the word, and it's wisdom in that. I didn't experience that. You didn't experience that. Somebody else did. And they wrote about it, and you learn from it. Now, wisdom is also, I read the word, or I read this quote from Charles Swindoll. And because of things in my life, I can see and understand exactly what he means by this. Wisdom is not always just experience. That's why the word tells us to pray for understanding. In the Bible, an angel came and showed Daniel things to help Daniel understand and know his visions or his dreams. An angel came to him to help give him understanding. He prayed and God gave him understanding. God gave him the wisdom. Daniel had dreams that are probably in the works now. And Daniel is past. But he had the knowledge and the wisdom before the thing was even experienced. Wisdom is not just an experience, a personal experience. Sometimes God will just give it to you. Sometimes God will send an angel to give you the knowledge and understanding. It's in Daniel. Those 3 weeks that Daniel did that fast, he was mourning. He was mourning a thing. It's other sections in the Bible. People were mourning when they fasted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was mourning something. Those 21 days, he was in mourning and prayer. In the same 21 days, the angel that was trying to come to him was held up because he was in battle somewhere else. So to wrap that up, utilizing that, right? Since that came out of, I guess God wanted me to talk about it. To wrap that up with attitude using that. If Daniel had quit early on because he had put his 90% into what was happening versus his 90% in how is he going to view it? How is he going to react to it? He would have stopped praying early, way before he got to 21 days. If Daniel had put 90% stock in, oh my gosh, this is happening to me, I got to quit, I got to stop. Versus his 90% in, yes, this is happening to me. But how am I going to respond to it? That's what kept him going. It wasn't that it was happening. It was that he knew how he responded, how he reacted is what mattered. Baby, don't allow people who are desperate to have importance in your life because they did not secure the importance of who they are in their own life. to impact how you view yourself and how you go about your day, maintaining your peace and your joy. And it comes with difficulty, but it's very possible. Jesus Christ gives us so much joy, so much contentment, so much peace, so much comfort when we don't have it. He'll come to us. We just got to ask him, God, come comfort me. I need you to comfort me. Show up on my behalf. Y'all, we got to do the work. And the work starts at securing your foundation, not jumping into the group mindset, not jumping into, oh, these material things makes me whoever I am. My status, my name, my title, my money makes me somebody. Those things matter. Yes, we need them. But more than anything, we need us. And if who you are is so wrapped up in what others perceive of you, you're lost. And you don't even know it. And that's the scary part. You're lost and you don't even realize it. That's crazy. But because of social media and everything else, if this group hates me, all my life is just gonna be desolate. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I wish I had my water bottle. I put fake tears. Y'all, I'm not laughing at y'all that feel that way. I'm laughing because when you have done the work, people, that's how they want you to react. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm too mature to be serious. That wasn't mature. That wasn't mature. That wasn't mature. That last part. Y'all, I really be over here having a great time. Y'all probably be looking at my life like, this girl ain't got no money right now. Y'all think my house look a mess. And it's some piles of stuff somewhere. But listen, baby, I seen some of y'all houses. And I want to applaud all of y'all, who was getting on this here internet, shaming the devil. Because the internet will have you believing everybody's house is spotless. And it's not. So to all y'all men and women who get online and are honest with y'all lives, because the internet wants to feel like we got to shame this person to death. And they can't. You can't. Ain't no condemnation. I can't even get the word out laughing. Ain't no condemnation in Christ Jesus. I'm a new man. I'm a new woman. I'm a new woman because I ain't a man. Ain't no mix. I'm sorry. Could have said something. That wasn't mature. That wasn't mature. Listen, y'all, do the work, okay? So that way, if you're not in the group, your life ain't torn upside down, okay? Do the work. It's okay. If you realize you have built your foundation on worldly things, right? And you realize that when worldly things happen to you, when worldly situations happen to you, whether it is a breakup, whether it's people trying to shame your life, whether it's people trying to make you feel insecure, even though you know you're confident and you know a lot of things, it's just that you don't lead with those things because for what? So when we do the work, the foundation work, not the core work, right? Because these two things are at the core of this pyramid. When we do our foundational work, okay, we can show up so much better in life because you are secure in your foundation that when core things happen, it's just, okay, boom, this is what I'm standing on. I got to tweak this. I got to tweak that. But boom, I can bounce right back. Because you didn't build your foundation on the core and made that your foundation. You built your foundation. You secured yourself. You've dealt with your pain. You've dealt with your appetite, right? Hunger. You've dealt with your hunger, your appetite, your pain, your thirst. You built your foundation thirsting for Jesus Christ, thirsting for figuring out, who are you? Am I securing myself? Do I know who I am? Do I know what I like? Do I know what I dislike? And as we grow, as we age, because I'm not going to say mature, because, age does not always indicate maturity. Neither does being well spoken. But when we age, right, when we grow and mature, when we get to maturity, it's going to be so much more peaceful, and you're not going to feel the need to attack or try to pinch off and break people and mold people to be who you want them to be, because they're going to be who they were meant to be outside of how the world views them. Yeah. That's my word on this lovely Sabbath today. I hope y'all have a great day. Great weekend, great all of those things. I'm about to go and knock some stuff out before it gets too dark out here. But yeah, love you later.